Good morning, everybody. It's Reva with Quality Sewing and Vacuum, and it's true confession time. I'm so glad that you're joining us for our How Do I. And we're going to be talking about using recycled bags to make a cute pouch and only half of a zipper. I mean, right? That sounds really fun. Now, here's my confession. Recently, I was cleaning out some bags. You know, you get the reusable bags, and I had a couple. Yeah. I had 27 of them. What on earth no judgment. That was just the ones I don't use. Okay, the other ones are in the car, right? So I had so many, so I gathered them up, and then I started thinking, what on earth could I do with these bags? Because some of them I kept because they were kind of cute. I got them in Hawaii, or they were from a really cute quilt shop in a different state or something like that. So I wanted to keep them, but I don't need that many grocery bags, right? So I thought, let's do something fun with them. And I had just learned this technique on how to use just half of a zipper for a bag. So it makes it really super easy. So I want to show you that. But first, I'm going to show you not with one of the recycled bags. I want to show you a bag I actually purchased because I wanted to make a zipper bag out of it because it was stinking cute. You can find them all over the place, right? So here, let's take a look over here and let's take a look at my bag. Is this not the cutest bag ever? I actually thought that I would make a bag and give it to my husband. But are zipper bags girly? I mean, I kind of think maybe they are. I don't know. But everybody can use a zipper bag for like your tech stuff and things like that. So let me tell you what I did to the bag. I used my surgical seam ripper and I put it underneath here and I cut the stitches off the binding, and then I cut the bad boy down the sides, right? So I cut it off. So this is only half the bag. So I'm going to be able to get 4 bags out of this one bag if I make them all the same size. Now, the cool thing with the technique that I'm going to show you is that you can make a bag of any size at all. So why is mine this size? Because I can make 2. I just took what I had and I cut it in half, and there I go. I have the full width and then I have the half, right? You with me? I think that's pretty easy. So now let's take a look at the one I'm going to stitch on today because I have this all ready to go for you. And this is left over from a one of those bags that have, you might have seen, they're like a project bag that has a zipper, and the zipper was bad. So instead of throwing it away, I simply opened it up, and actually it was this size. This is the size the bag was. Right? And it had the fold. So I cut it in half. So I have now 2 bags out of the one. So we're going to use this and we're going to make a bag out of this one. Now, how do you decide the size that you want? You might be kind of dictated by the size of your material, but whatever length your fabric is, that is half. Okay, you're going to use half of that. So we're going to make the bag with no side seam. It's one continuous piece, and then we have whatever height you want, and then you have twice the width. So if I wanted this to be 10 by 10 finished bag, I would have 20 by 10 is a size I'd pick. If you want to have a little tech pouch for your tote bag and you only need it to be 6 by 4, it would be 12 by 4. And then of course you would add seam allowance, and I'm going to use about a 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's go over to the machine and take a look at this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a zipper. Now I said we'll come over here, but actually I want to go back over here because I got to show you my zipper. This zipper is the same length. It's a little bit longer actually than my material. Okay, and then this is a full zipper, and this is a size 5 zipper, which means it's actually wider than a standard zipper that you buy at the fabric store in the paper packages. Those are a 3. A 5 has a little bit wider teeth here, and it has more fabric off to the sides. Okay, but we don't need the whole thing. We only need half the zipper. So, oh my goodness, we're going to take this thing apart, and we're not going to use that half. We're only going to use this half. Okay, you with me? And this was a zipper by the yard. You can get zipper by the yard all over the place. Okay, so let's go back over here and let's take a look at the machine here. So I have it set up for a basic straight stitch. Now this is going to be really hard. I know you guys are going to struggle. Not really, it's so easy. Here's the edge of my fabric. I'm going to line up the wrong side of my zipper with, I'm sorry, the right side of my zipper with the right side of my bag, and then I'm going to line up the edges. So I have my cut edge here and the edge of my zipper there. I'm also going to put the needle all the way over to the left. Now, one thing that's really awesome about working with a number 5 zipper is that you can actually stitch and not use a zipper foot, because the zipper tape itself is wider than normal zippers, so you can actually get in there and get it stitched on. So this is really, really fun and easy project to do. And if you're having any gifts that you want to make for the holidays or birthdays or whatever the case is, you can make a ton of these so fast. In fact, you're going to be able to make 2 pouches out of each zipper. Okay, so now I'm going to cut my thread, and we're going to raise that presser foot and take a look at that. We now have our zipper attached, and I'm just going to finger press it back. There we go. Okay, so let's go over to the other side here. We're going to come back over here so you can see what I'm going to do. So I have my zipper. We've done our finger pressing. If you wanted to go and do a top stitch on there, you could. I'm not gonna. But what I'm going to do now is fold it in half, right sides together, which means the zipper is right sides together as well. Now, I didn't put it in very even, did I? So I'm going to trim this up. I want to make sure my ends are fairly even. Now this is a nylon zipper, so you can stitch through it, you can cut it, it's all good to go. Now that I have these at the same length, we're going to kind of open them up this way, so that way we can see our zipper and it's flat. And of course, is it cooperating? No. Hold on. I can show it 2 spots. Okay, there we go. So now we have it. We have our edges right there. So now we're going to take our zipper pull, our little tab, and you have a round side and a flat side. Can you see the flat side down there at the bottom? We're going to take and put the round side toward us, and you're going to slip in one side of the zipper. Then we're going to go in at an angle, kind of like a 45, and you're going to go in and you're going to kind of feel it, kind of give it a little click. And it goes in pretty easy once you have it started. And what I do is then I put my fingers on the zipper holding the tape down and then just push him on. And sometimes you have to give him a little nudge. Okay, he's not being cooperative. We'll get him to go. Okay, maybe we'll try. Maybe that's it. Oh, sure. He doesn't want to go at all. Okay. Keep trying. Also, we sell, like the Gypsy has a zipper jig that is really fun to use. Okay, so I got it. So what you want to do is, number 1, don't be on camera. Number 2, just get one piece in kind of going at a 45, and then get the other side going in at a 45, and then you get them so they meet down below here, and then put some tension on the base. At the base of the zipper down here, and then you can zip it up. Now, when you zip it up, you only go halfway because you're going to need a hole. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the sewing machine, and I'm going to put it back on a regular straight stitch, and we're going to start down here on the end, and I'm going to stitch. This is my fold. Here's the fold, right, and here's the loopy end of the zipper. We're going to start here. I'm going to stitch down, and I'm going to back stitch, and then come down and then turn the corner and stitch up to the zipper. Okay, so let's start right here, and I'm going to put my foot down, and then I'm going to sew a little bit, and then I'm going to do a reverse stitch to anchor that, and then we'll just continue sewing. Now, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, which I love that, right? Because this is going to be fun, and it's a neat little tool. And you're going to be able to put all your little tech stuff in it because it doesn't take any space up at all. So you're not going to add bulk to your bag or anything like that. Okay, so now we're going to start coming up the other side. Now, before I get to the zipper itself right here, I want to fold it so that the zipper is coming into the bag. You don't want to have it so the zipper is out like that, because otherwise you'll have it won't look right. Okay, so we're just going to keep stitching, and we're going to get him right up there, and we're going to stitch, and I'm going to go a little bit slow as I get to the zipper. It is a nylon, it's nylon, but it, can give it a little bit of a grief there. And I'll just reverse it a little bit to make sure it's anchored in, and then we will cut the thread. Okay, guess what? Our bag is done. So now all we need to do is do a little bit of trimming. I'm going to cut, I guess I'll come over here so you can see, yeah? So I'm going to trim off my zipper, and I'm going to come down, just make my seam allowances nice and even. When I come to the corner, we're going to cut in and then cut in to get rid of the bulk there, and then we'll just trim off this edge, and then we'll nip in a little bit in the corner there, and that's going to give us the ability to turn it right side out. So let's put our hand in there, and I'm going to push in one corner, and to do that I'm going to fold up the seam allowance. See, there's my stitch, and I'm going to fold on that, and then I'm going to push that one in. And then I'm going to go get the other side and do the similar thing. Just fold the seam allowances in and fold those down, and then we'll turn it right side out. If you're using a recycled bag, like a grocery bag, then it's going to be a lot easier to turn, because this is really super duper stiff, but it still is a great use of something that otherwise would have been thrown away. So get your corners pushed out and get them nice and flat, and then you zip up your bag, and you're done. So there's our zipper pouch. It was so fast and easy to make. I know you're gonna have fun making them, and they're oh so useful, especially if you can make them the exact size that you want. So have fun making zipper bags for yourself and for your friends. And remember, you don't have to pay for the bag, and it only takes half of a zipper, so you get 2 projects for just one zipper. So anyhow, have a good time. I hope you enjoy this, and I look forward to seeing you at the next How Do I.